I'm really sorry if I get repetitive in these videos too. Sometimes I record them days apart from each other and I forget what I say, so it's whatever. You don't care, right? Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be showing you how to edge coat your raw edges on vinyl. This one differs a lot from using it on leather. I do it a little different than the manufacturer recommends. So I'm going to show you how I do mine. This is how it looks when it's finished. You should have a nice smooth and polished edge. I'm going to use a base coat Dense by Giardini, and I'm also going to use their basic edge paint in red. Let's get started. You're going to need scissors, a rolling pen, and your edge coat. So here's my finished wallet. What you want to do is look at your edges. Mine are pretty even today, which is super rare, but just go ahead and look. If you have a little bit hanging over, trim that. I'm going to trim just a few spots just so that I can get my edge coat completely even. So I went ahead and burned my edges. So, don't mind me if I don't do some stuff on camera today. My hands are really shaky. I've had too much coffee, if there ever is such a thing, but I managed to do it. This guy is in various stages of completion, so I am not going to show you him, but I'm going to show you everything else. So when I dip my base coat Dense, you're not supposed to use the little container it comes in, but I use it a lot, so it's not really that big of a deal. It's not going to get all gunked up. So I usually dip it in and do like a 2 count and let it drip the excess. So go ahead, and then I do like a 1, 2 until it's like done excessively dripping, and then you just roll it on. Very simple. And I'm going to use the middle part of the roller, like not the tip. I just find mine doesn't like to roll smoothly that way. Okay, so there's my first coat. You'll see momentarily it's gonna sink in and it's gonna look like I didn't put anything there, and that's okay. You want to layer this. I do 3 layers most of the time. Very rarely do I ever do 2, almost always 3. So I'm just gonna go ahead and go all the way around. And what you wanna do after you have applied all the way around, it might look dry when you come back to the beginning. Don't do it. Let it dry. I would suggest letting it sit for at least 30 minutes, just so that everything can get like really hardened. I find that the inner layers stick better together when you let them completely dry. So that's what I'm gonna do. If you get to the corner here and like your corners are sticking out, put your first layer of your base coat and then put like a wonder clip at the corner, and that should help with any corners that are like sticking out. It'll help you get a smoother finish on the end. Sorry, I have my setup super weird right now, so I can't see if my thing is actually in the camera, and I am too blind to be able to see this up from afar, so I'm hoping I'm doing okay and that I'm not like losing focus. But if you see right here, my layers aren't completely even, so the second and third coats will help fill in those grooves or smooth out what's what's already there. And the same with this part right here. It's a little uneven. And like I said, it's okay. So this is the basic process of doing all of the edge coat. It's not rocket science. You just do the same thing over and over again for 2 to 3 coats, and you do the same thing for the color. So I'm just gonna show you in time lapse how it's done. That's basically how the rest of this video is gonna go. If you want to see how it looks after the second coat, it will follow this little recording and you can see how it looks, and then you can see how it looks at the end. Okay, so I am back at the beginning. You can't really see very well. But like I said, it looks like it's done. Like there's like a shiny spot a little here. I would leave this and let it completely dry, at least for 20 minutes. So I'm gonna go ahead and let that sit for 20 minutes, and then we'll come back and repeat this twice. So I already went ahead and did my second coat off camera, and as you can see, the edges are super clean. The only thing that I didn't like about the second coat was that there were little bumps. Usually the manufacturer says to use a fine grit sandpaper and sand those away and then proceed with the edge paint, but I like mine with more of a rounded edge. So I am going to go ahead and do a third coat so that I can fill in all of those little grooves. I am sorry, I'm also going to go ahead and do my 2 layers of color as well because I want to. Here is the finished wallet with the edges. Oh, you can see much better on this one. So here are my nice finished edges. I did the side of this one too. You can hear my son talking in the background, that's okay. So yeah, go forth and edge coat all the beautiful things.